Not every well is meant for drawing water. In desolate, lonely places, people still whisper tales of wells that should never be approached. For they do not thirst for water, but for something else. Some wells are deep, dark, seemingly connecting straight down to a place not meant for humans. People cover the mouths of these wells, bind them with charms, build fences around them, yet sometimes, on windy nights, one can still hear whispers rising from deep within the earth. Those wells are not for drawing water, but for hiding something. Something that, once unearthed, leaves no way back. My parents once told me, in 1997, when they were young, they bought an old, abandoned house in a remote countryside. A vast plot of land, surrounded only by wild grasses and ancient trees, swaying heavily in the wind. The house itself seemed forgotten by time, quietly drifting amid the wilderness. In one corner of the garden, hidden behind dense shrubbery, there was an old well. Its mouth was covered with a rotting, blackened wooden lid, as if ready to collapse at any moment. From the very first sight of that well, my parents said, an unsettling feeling stirred inside them, as if that place was hiding something that should never be uncovered. On the first night, while everyone was busy cleaning, my little sister suddenly sat silently by the window, her eyes fixed on the pitch-dark garden. She said she heard singing, faint, fragile, like the voice of a child drifting softly from somewhere deep within the well. At first, everyone laughed it off, thinking she was just daydreaming. But as the night deepened, amidst the chirring of insects and the wind whistling through the cracks, I heard it too. A fragmented, chilling melody, rising from the depths of the earth, as if calling out to someone. My parents thought she was just dreaming. Children, after all, have vivid imaginations, especially in a strange, gloomy place like that. They comforted her, saying it was nothing but the wind rustling through the trees. But then, every night, the singing would return, gentle, pleading, drifting from the direction of the old well. Each time in the stillest hours of the night, when all the lights were out, the song would slip through the window, weaving into our dreams, stirring heavy, uneasy heartbeats. On the seventh day, heavy rain poured down from morning. We were all sheltering inside when a loud thud echoed from the garden. When we rushed out, we saw that the rotten wooden lid had been blown off the well, flung aside. Below, there was no water, only a thick, impenetrable darkness, yawning deep and endless, like the open mouth of something lying in wait. And from that abyss, the singing rose up, louder than ever before, a child's voice, sweet and tender, but laced with a chilling invitation, as if the moment anyone approached, they would never return. One night, my father woke suddenly. The house was pitch black, with only the sound of rain whispering outside. Out of habit, he glanced toward the window. And then, he saw it. Faintly, through the rain, near the gaping black mouth of the well, stood a small figure, arms hanging limp at its sides, lifeless. Long hair, soaked and matted, obscuring most of its face. The figure did not move, just stood there, unmoving, as if waiting. A chill raced down my father's spine. He hurriedly drew the curtains closed, but deep inside, he knew the figure was no hallucination. He rubbed his eyes and looked again. The small figure by the well had vanished, melted into the thick darkness. Only the empty, wet yard remained, cold and heavy with mist. Yet from that place, the singing still floated up, thin as spider silk, soft as a sigh, drifting endlessly in the wind. A wordless, sorrowful lullaby, lingering, never fading, as if the old, abandoned house itself was trying to whisper a story that no one dared to listen to the end. Before dawn had even broken, we hastily loaded our belongings into our old car. No one spoke a word. The early morning wind was biting cold, carrying the musty smell from the wild garden and the black, gaping well. As the car pulled away, I turned for one last look. The well's lid rocked gently in the wind, as if murmuring something. We left it all behind, only carrying with us dreams filled with that song, a song without a singer, echoing endlessly in our minds, like an invitation that never truly ended. People say, though the house has long since been abandoned, on nights when the cursed winds blow and the fog veils the paths, you can still hear singing from the wild garden, so faint, like the sigh of the wind, like a lost lullaby from some deep, faraway place. No one dares approach, merely hurrying past, avoiding even glancing towards the old well. They say that if anyone too curious, too foolish ever draws near and lifts the well's lid once more, they will never again be able to sing or call out to anyone, ever again.